Welcome to this video on the channel, and here we will be predicting the remaining games in the CONMEBOL section, the South American region of the World Cup qualifiers. We've got two more sets of games to go. Two teams qualified, one almost there, and four, maybe even five in the running to try and get that other spot or that playoff spot. So let's get into it right now. I think you can get not a bad view of who the teams are, but I tested some of the others and it didn't go quite well. Before we start, I think I'm just going to get this out of the way. This game, Brazil versus Argentina, I don't know when the rematch is going to be played, but I'm just going to go over 1-0 win for Brazil. And now let's go to match day 17, where let's start with the big Uruguay versus Peru. Now this has got to be the game of the remaining fixtures. Obviously, not counting Argentina and Brazil, and even then, that might be a dead rubber, seeing as both have qualified. But this, for me, Uruguay versus Peru, this is the biggest of them all. If you look at the table, there's a difference in 1 point, and both teams have rised recently after they weren't at where they were aiming before. Uruguay, the wheels were just falling off for Oscar Tabarez, losing games and even getting battered. They brought in, I forgot the manager's name, but he was at Atlanta United, I think. Yeah, he's come in, and now things have been improving for Uruguay, getting a 2-0, it's either 1-0 or 2-0 win away at Paraguay, and then beating Venezuela 4-1. But can they get this win that they need against a higher ranked team? Well, they're at home, that's one thing. And Peru have been on a bit of a rise. They were more or less around 7th, 8th spot. Most, I'd say, including myself, really expect to make a big push, but that win against Colombia was massive, and the fact they've managed to do that has taken them a long way in getting them to be competitive. And drawing against Ecuador at home helped. I think Uruguay overall have more quality. I think it's not going to be a one-sided game. It'll be fairly close. I am going to say it'll be a 2-1 win for Uruguay. Next, let's go to Colombia versus Bolivia, a game where you would imagine both sides would have to win. Bolivia for definite, otherwise their hopes are gone. Here we go. They can get a maximum of 23 points, and if luck goes around, who knows? Maybe they can get there. Colombia, they've got to get at least 4 points, and even that probably won't be enough. They've not scored in 7 games. And you'd feel this has got to be the game to do it, because Bolivia are, I think, as far as I know, they're the worst on the road. So they do need to get a goal and a win. Bolivia, brilliant at home, shocking away. Their standout player, Marcelo Moreno, he's the current top scorer of the CONMEBOL section of the World Cup qualifiers. I think he might get a goal here. Colombia I've not seen their squad yet, if it has been announced, but they've got players who should be doing it. James Cuadrado, Falcao, Luis Diaz. I don't know if Quintero's still playing. They've got the players, and even not the best version of Colombia should be beating Bolivia. I think this is going to be the game where the goal curse breaks. I am going to say it'll be Colombia 3, Bolivia 1. I think Colombia will be much stronger, and Bolivia on the road aren't that good either. Next, we're going to Brazil versus Chile. The Brazil squad was announced recently. It looks like a squad that most of these teams in CONMEBOL would envy having. And then you look at Chile, they're going to need a result somewhere, especially when you consider that the two opponents above are playing each other. I think then who knows? Chile might pull off something out of nowhere, but it's going to be a tough task, even for a team that's gone through. They've got the depth to try out new players and still it'll get victories. Currently unbeaten. So are Argentina, but that one loss was a prediction from a game of not. That's not autumn even happened yet. Thiago Silva's back. Gabriel of Arsenal always has got a call up. I think it's going to be Chile are going to give a good go at it. They've got this striker that's been scoring goals for both Chile and Blackburn. Sanchez has found some form. I don't know about Vidal. Gary Medel's been good lately. I am going to go with a 2-0 win for Brazil because I think Chile will give it a good go, but the quality will shine through for Brazil. And I think that seems about the right scoreline. And let's go to Paraguay versus Ecuador. I think away from home is going to be not going to be easy, even for a side that has gone out the running. And they could potentially put up a good fight here. Ecuador should be winning, but I get the feeling they're not gonna do it straightforwardly. I think they're going to be eyeing up the 3 points and not risking anything at the back. It's good to see Enner Valencia still playing for Ecuador as well. I'm going to go a 1-0 win for Ecuador. They probably should be battering Paraguay, but I think in a game like this and being away from home, I feel like 1-0's. I'm going to say 1-0 because it just feels like the right scoreline. I think Ecuador will score at some point, not sit back, but ease the game out a bit, and then maybe try and kill Paraguay off. 1-0, that's my prediction. And now Argentina versus Venezuela. This is going to be a game. One side qualified, one side already out. Argentina, they've not necessarily battered anybody, I don't think, apart from Uruguay is one of the exceptions where they won 3-0. Some good attacking options, Messi, Martinez, Di Maria, and even Dybala's back at home. Well, he's not been playing lately for Juventus, but they've got some good options, Argentina, and their midfield and defence behind the strikers have been solid. Venezuela have been improving under Jose Pekerman, battered Bolivia recently. Did get battered by Uruguay with the same 4-1 scoreline, but I think this is a Venezuela that can get better than they were earlier in the qualifiers. And for Jose Pekerman, this is the first of his 2 former countries that he's managed. There might be others, but Argentina and the next team are the 2 I know. And he's lost penalty, and he's been the manager for 2 penalty shootout losses. I think it's going to be like 2-1 Argentina, but it's going to be a game that feels like that, but they'll get a free kick or a penalty somewhere. I think Argentina at home should be too good. I'm going to say 3-1 to Argentina. I think Venezuela will probably have a goal threat to score or 1 against Argentina. So I think that's going to be my predictions. And now let's go to the final day, where now Ecuador and Uruguay have qualified according to my predictions. Now I'll predict in order of who's still in the running. Chile versus Uruguay. Going to Chile is not going to be easy. And you look at Uruguay in the past, regardless of who was managing at the time, they went to La Paz, lost 3-0, 4-1 to Bolivia. It was an embarrassing defeat. And then you look, so it's not going to be easy going to a place like Chile, northern Chile. It could be in Santiago, or it could be in another northern city or town that Chile have played in the past. Uruguay, I'd say, are the stronger team, but going to Chile, who are a good team as well, I think it's going to be a close game. I'm going to say 1-1. So that puts Chile out of the running. Let's go to the next game, where Jose Pekerman faces the second of his former countries that he's managed. I think this could be a good game. Colombia are going to be chasing that 5th spot, or maybe even 4th spots, depending on what the Uruguay-Peru result will be. And for Venezuela, I think they're going to want to end strong. Sort of a derby in a way. I don't know what Venezuela and Colombia think of each other, but this should be an event of some kind. They've got both sides of quality in them. I'm going to go a 1-1 draw. Colombia are obviously not at the best, and they've got they have quality, and Venezuela do too, but are on a bit better form, more confidence. So I'm going to say 1-1. So that's going to put Peru into the 5th place. And now let's round off some of these other games. Peru versus Bolivia, Peru versus Paraguay. I think it's going to be a 2-1 win for Peru. I don't expect Peru to steamroll Paraguay by any means, and I think Paraguay are good enough to get a goal from somewhere. Did wonder about 2-2 for a while, but more recently, I think 2-1. In recent months, I'm thinking 2-1. Bolivia versus Brazil. Bolivia have the conditions on their side. Brazil have the players on their side. I think Bolivia can score, but I think overall it's going to be a 3-1 win for Brazil. And finally, we go to Ecuador versus Argentina. I think it'll be a close game. I think tactically Argentina will be the stronger. I'm going to say a 1-0 win for Argentina. And so what do them scorelines mean for the table, well, Brazil and Argentina obviously are still as they are, first and second. And even if Argentina, so even if Brazil and Argentina haven't played each other yet, Argentina can't catch them. Ecuador, Uruguay also remain in as they were before I predicted the scores in third and fourth respectively, and with a bit of fair ground ahead of the rest of the pack. Peru in fifth. I think it's probably about right. Colombia have gone above Chile in my predictions after a win and a draw, with Chile going below, and then the bottom three have stayed the same. Although Paraguay, in his way, they have picked up 1 point. So overall, these are my predictions. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. And there's going to be some exciting games in this region for sure. Let's see who joins Brazil and Argentina, and let's see who occupies that fifth place spot. And coming up, I've got guests aligned for the confederations in the other from the other parts of FIFA. I got guest lines up for them. Those prediction videos, which will be coming at some point before the international break. But I'm going to leave it there, seeing as I've done what I've set out to do. These are my predictions. What do you think? And the road to 2022 is getting very much closer.